So, why did my Harley Sport Glide nearly kill me this morning? Well, hope you're enjoying the channel. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below, and check out the website revelatorelf.com. So in this video, yes, I'm talking about my beloved Harley, the heroic Sport Glide. It almost came a cropper this morning, and through no fault of its own. If you saw my video yesterday talking about how I rode in the dark and torrential rain, and it handled itself fantastically. The problem is, on the sort of roads that I'm riding, lots of country roads, lots of back roads, lots of roads over hills, high hills and things like that. We've got lots of weather changes, but also whenever it rains, lots of grit and gravel and debris settles on the road. So on the way home last night, and also certainly on the way in this morning, so much grit and gravel that it was actually on bends on the ideal line which you'd want to ride. I talked about yesterday actually riding in between wheel marks, which is going to be the drier spot on a wet road for you. The problem is if you ride on wheel marks, that's where it's going to be a shinier surface, a lot slippy. But these Scorcher tyres, I've got to say, are really good. I'm being very impressed. I've actually been looking at different sorts of tyres, but so far whilst they're not amazing, they are very, very good, and that might just be good enough, for the kind of riding that I'm going to be doing and asking of this bike. But anyway, so on shiny surfaces, yeah, you got to be really careful in the wet, of course, and where the wheels go, absolutely. But also you got to think about if you're going to go in between that, where it's going to be less wet or less standing water, I should say. That's where a lot of grit and gravel can settle. So I've got a few videos talking about the Sport Glide braking system coming out soon. Talk about that, but for your information, just right now as a quick video, I wanted to say that the wheels do lock up at slow speed, which I thought they would, and we're warned about as well. The front tire lock up had the rear tire lock up. Yes, it was at slow speed coming in for braking, coming up to a traffic light, but so much grit and gravel on the road, they're locked up. Not a drama in that case, but that was fine. But what was the drama, which I was going around a few bends, and on the line which I'd chosen, because you can't see and it's dark per se, even though the headlight was really good, this the LED light that it's got, it's still very hard to see the grit right at that last bit, and it's like you're riding on marbles. And the problem is that if you don't stand the bike up where the weight of the bike and you as a rider as a combination is going straight down towards the pavement, if you're leaning the bike over even ever so slightly, that generates a force, a sideways force, a centripetal force, a centrifugal force, whichever way you want to look at it, and that is actually going to make the bike want to shift one way or the other. And you've got a reduced contact patch, and you're on an unstable surface because of the grit and gravel. Therefore you're going to go whoop, and that's almost what happened to me about 3 times this morning coming in. It's really, really tricky so especially when it's on a bend, that's where it becomes a real problem. So watch out for that if you ever ride in, I'm not so much talking about wet conditions, I'm talking about actually post-wet conditions where all grit and gravel is just washed onto the road. Try and keep the bike upright, try and pick a line where you're going to try and avoid the gravel as best you can, but also just reduce your speed and gives you that time. And fortunately that's what I've been doing, obviously riding a lot slower. The bike is great in itself, but obviously you still got to be aware of, well, you're on 2 wheels, reduced contact patches, and whether it's Harley brakes or Suzuki brakes or Kawasaki brakes, they're all the same. You're going to have issues over gravel, so you've got to be very careful of that. Anyway, hope this helps. Just a little bit of extra information for you. Just wanted to bring that to you. The bike's still great. I got a little bit wet this morning, but not too bad. Arse ring was going a little bit like that at times, but look, great stuff. And this is what this is the sort of stuff that we kind of need to know if you're going to be riding this bike in all kind of weather conditions as well. Anyway, just look at it, Lovely. Right, catch you on the next video whenever that is. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. Let me know what you think, and check out the website revelatoralf.com, and I'll catch you on the next video coming very, very soon. Ta-da now.